James Martin, who previously presented the BBC's Saturday Kitchen, also shared a story about an exploding barbecue that shot chops about 20 to 30 feet in the air. ITV's Saturday morning host James Martin has revealed that he once set fire to the side of his own house in a shocking barbecue catastrophe. In an unearthed 2021 episode of the Grilling Podcast with fellow celebrity chef Simon Rimmer, James shared his shocking tale after being asked if he'd had any barbecue disasters over the years. The former BBC Saturday Kitchen presenter said the calamity was all down to an Italian pizza oven roof, which had mistakenly been built with wood rather than metal, but his dad's mishap was the best one of all. James said, "I set my side of my house on fire. That was a good one because, I love builders and particularly a certain group of Irish builders, who are fantastic, that decided to build an Italian pizza oven roof instead of having metal. They built it out of wood, which is quite handy. And I think the best one of all was my dad. We're DIY people. My dad was hopeless at DIY," he continued. He built himself a barbecue back home at the house, on the farmhouse, and it was basically 4 concrete blocks on one side, 4 concrete blocks on the other one. And we had some York stone. James said the massive stone was so big it took 8 of them to move it, but despite their best efforts, disaster struck when his dad decided to fire up the barbecue and cooked an assortment of meat, including steaks. He said, "Next minute, there was an almighty bang. It was honestly, it was a huge explosion, and you get bits of lamb chops, pork chops, sausages flying over the top of this house. It was massive. There was an air gap in the brickwork, and it basically overheated and exploded. The whole thing, with my dad stood next to it. The image that I've got is just chops going about 20 to 30 feet in the air. It was hilarious." Simon replied to the story by saying it was funny, but it could have been an absolute disaster, to which James admitted it could have been. The father and son team didn't allow the situation to dampen their enthusiasm for food, however, as James and his dad quickly picked up the food from the floor.